You want to become a monster salesperson? Listen to this. So I've been in sales for over a decade and I've met so many different types of salespeople. I've met people who were super successful. Met people who were trash in the bin, could never do it. One of the things that I found that was amazing with some of the most successful salespeople that I ever met, including for myself, was when I developed the ability to actively listen. The best advice I can give you is listen first and then sell. Really actionable, really, really easy. What do I mean by active listening? I mean physically partaking in the conversation, like getting to know the person before you sell to them. Business, whether you work in one or are a business owner, is essentially the service of solving people's problems or solving people's queries or solving people's issues. The best people can solve people's issues. And the way you do that, first and foremost, is by listening. You know, you hear people and sometimes I've heard some pitches and look, I've been there myself. Definitely I've been there myself. When I first started, it was like, oh, I just need to talk. But actually, when you learn to slow down, ask relevant questions, you know, don't just ask sweeping statements. When you start to slow down and actually really get to know the person in front of you, you can build a package or a service or a system or whatever it is you're trying to sell. You can build that product just by listening and taking mental notes. It's so, so important. Once you do this and once you learn to do this, you will gauge so much knowledge from your customer. Because remember, people want to talk about what their problems are. People want to talk about what they've come to you for a solution for. Yes, there are one in maybe a thousand that just come in just to waste time because they've got nothing better to do. But the other 999 actually have some reason to be there. They might be in the market for something else. They might not be ready to purchase yet, or they might not have the money. But it doesn't mean they're not a customer. They could become a customer. And this is the thing that most salespeople always forget. And a lot of maybe service-driven industries, business owners, they forget. If you listen to your customers and you actually spend time understanding them and you then tailor solutions to their problem, your close rate will go through the roof. I guarantee it. And if I'm wrong, let me know. But if you can actively listen, if you can spend time really listening to what your customer has to say, or the person in front of you has to say, you will gain so much information without having to probe. I hope this helped. Follow me for more. Share this with your friends. Share this with your family. Share this with someone who could benefit from this. And as always, go and get it.